Hi everyone, my name is Mads and my pronouns are they, them. I am presenting for Group 3 today on substrates for inkjet and toner printing. So we're going to go over the background on substrates, the technology involved, applications, any challenges that might pop up, and then of course the references. So here's a bit of background. Substrates are what the digital printer is printing on. It can be your typical office printer, paper, but it can also be labels, textiles, and even tissue paper. There are different types of substrates. They come in different sizes, and different colors of substrates can be used to enhance the design of the final product. So substrates are just one piece of the puzzle for printing. First, they are fed into the printer. This is usually automatic unless you run out of paper and need to refill. Then the design is laid down using either inkjet nozzles or toner drums, depending on the size of the printer. No plates need to be made, and there is no cleaning after each run. You just need to make sure there is enough ink or toner for the next run and the current run. Finally, the paper is released. If the product is double-sided, however, it goes back into the printer to have the backside design laid down. And usually this process of duplexing is automatic. So what are the applications? There's a lot, but here's three that I picked out. You can print on plastics, which is different from coated glossy paper. It can be plastics like a water bottle or any other packaging. It used to be only limited to expiration dates and product identification numbers, but now you can print full color on plastics as long as you have the right inks. Usually these are fast drying inks, so that way the design isn't rubbed off. So that way it dries quickly and you have a really cool design. So you can also use pressure sensitive substrates such as labels, and printing on a digital press allows you to customize each individual label if you desire. This can be better than printing directly on a substrate. Just apply the individualized label and you're good to go. With digital printing, there is virtually no startup costs and no extra time required to set up the label printing. I actually print with a label printer a lot at work, and it's super easy. Just upload the design, press print, and as long as you make sure you spool up the labels into a roll, you're good to go. You can also print on colored substrates. It's easy with digital printing, but you have to remember that the inks and toners are translucent and not solid typically. Accounting for this in your artistic design is important, either embracing it or making sure you consider that the color reproduction will not be accurate. You can purchase inks that are opaque that will show up correctly on colored substrates. You can also purchase toners that are opaque if you do choose to print on a colored substrate and don't want to deal with having to determine what color yellow ink will turn out on green paper, because it will not be yellow, it'll be a different shade. So what are some challenges faced with substrates and digital printers? So right now, most digital printers will not be able to print on cover stock that is heavier than 130, just because of the process that digital printing uses. It's just hard for it to print on such a thick substrate. If the paper is heavily embossed for texture, the ink and toner laydown will not be as good at looking as offset. Offset, remember, uses printing plates and applies a lot of pressure, so it's able to lay down the ink accurately. Inkjet, sprays the ink on the paper. Toner, it does use a drum, but it doesn't use a lot of pressure. So there could be a lot of cracking. Ink could be missing in spots if you're using heavily embossed paper. So at this point, not a good idea. And most digital printers cannot print to the edge of the paper, so you have to make sure your designs with bleed are smaller than the actual size of the substrate so you can cut it down. Or if you're fine with having a little bit of a white edge, just go ahead and print the full size. You can always cut off that edge if you need to, but just remember it will be smaller than the original size of the substrate, since you are cutting off the edges. And that's it. Here's some more resources if you're interested in learning more. I reference these on the slides and in my vocal presentation. So thanks for watching.